Well, hello. Who is the one person on a ride you should be talking to? When you go on, if you're an Uber driver and you're on a run and the name comes up on the bottom of the thing there and lets you know who you're supposed to be going to pick up, and you get there and there's like 2 or 3 people, who is the most important person on that ride you need to be making sure is talking and you're talking to? I'm going to tell you about it today. I have never done a video on this, even though it's something I've paid attention to. I've never thought about doing a video about this, but it's happened the last few days because I paid attention to that one person on the ride. That's how you get tips. All right. This is something that you just need to try. Okay. Try this out to see if it works for you. Okay. When you go on a ride to pick up people and they give you, let's just say the name is Donna. And you get there, all right? And they get in the vehicle, and Mike, her husband, is the one that's talking to you. You're the one that's carrying on the conversation. You need to get Donna into the conversation, all right? Why? Because Donna's name is on the app, and Donna's the one that's going to leave the tip. You got to make sure Donna has the good ride. Mike's along for the ride, but Donna needs to be paid attention to. All right. You need to incorporate her into your conversation. All right. That's how, because she's going to give you the tip. She's the one you want to make sure had fun. You can get them to laugh. I've done videos on this before. There's certain ways you talk to people and there's certain ways that you handle people. I learned this when I was doing high-end stuff. You know, whoever's paying the bill, whose name was on the receipt, who's the order for when you're going to pick up people. All right, if it's Jim, that's Jim. Find out who Jim. Hey, my name is. Give me your name. Find out who Jim is. All right. So then you know who you need to get into your conversation. Who needs to be incorporated into the conversation. So they will leave you a tip. You want to make sure that one person out of everyone that's in the vehicle is happy, and you've conversated with them. Because conversation, it's one of my secrets. One of my key things I do all the time. I run my mouth. Talk to your people. They're the ones that are going to give you your 5-star. They're the one you want to make sure that, I've told you before, make a friend. You don't really want to make a friend, but I have people getting out of the vehicle wanting my email address, wanting my phone number. Can we call you back? All that. Make a friend. All right. That's the secret to making tips, making money. Yes, the smell, the cleanliness, and all the other stuff I've talked about on so many videos. That's important. But you want that conversation to be with the person that's name is on the bottom of the app down there when you go. If it's Donna, get Donna in the conversation. If it was Mike, we want Mike talking to you. Get them in the conversation. That's the one that's going to give you the money. They're going to shell it out to you, all right? This is just something I have done, and I've never done a video on before. I figured it was time to let people know that there's little things, I've talked about on here before. There's little things you do when you get peeps in the car. And talking is one of the big ones, all right? But when you're talking, you want to make sure you incorporate, because I'll get people in the car, and the name will be David, all right? I get there, and David and Sally gets in. Sally wants to talk. Sally's carrying on the conversation. At some point, I got to get Mike on football, on basketball. We got to get him talking about something. Does he play golf? Hey, Mike, you play golf? Really? Get him in the conversation. You got to get him active into your conversation. It makes a difference. I promise you. Just try it. That's all. Just try it. That's all all I talk about. Let's go ahead and get into this video. All I talk about on this channel is what works for Daddy-O and what Daddy-O has been doing for years. And I never thought about the incidents, but I did this in the last 2 days. I did it just a while ago, in fact. Carried some people. It was the lady that was carrying on the conversation. The gentleman wasn't saying a whole lot. I got him into the conversation because we have quite a few celebrities that have places right here. Once I start talking about so-and-so and so-and-so, then he wanted to get into the conversation, and then I asked him about golf. I was getting him into the conversation because I knew at the bottom of the thing there, it was his name that was going to give me the tip. It was going to be him that gives me the $5 or the $10 tip for that little 3-mile ride I just give him. That's the way you play the game. Get them talking. I don't know that this is going to be a very long video. I just needed to throw this out because it's one of the things, like I say, that I've never talked about on here about how important it is. I've talked about how important it is to get them talking, but I've never thought about putting in a video about who you should be talking to. All right. And because I focused on these two individuals in the last 2 nights when the other individual was wanting to carry the conversation, and I made sure that I got them in the conversation so I could get that $10, that $20 tip. And that's what happens. All right. So play the games that I have talked about on here and you can make some money. Uber's not hard. You just got to be prepared for what's going to pop up. Don't just go out and do I'm not going to get into all that. This is Sunday. I don't have time for it. It's a nice day. It's busy out here. I wanted to pull in real quick because I thought about this last night. And then when it happened again this morning, when I picked up someone and it was the other individual that's carrying on the conversation. And once I was able to get the other guy into the conversation, the husband, then we were able to make sure I got a tip. Doesn't always work, but focus on that a little bit and you'll see that it will work. Conversate with whoever's name is at the bottom of that damn app. All right. I'm gonna let you go for that. I'm done for the day. All right. I'm not done. I got to go to work. I'm busy right now. There's only 3 of us out here today and it's Sunday. I'm making some money today. Daddy-o out for the day. You guys have a good afternoon, good evening. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything. If I do, it's gonna be later tonight because I plan on being busy today. Have a good afternoon, good evening. Bye.